Today, I'll be showing you the best money farm inside of Theme Park Tycoon 2 that will get you almost $7 million a day and get you 5 stars. This money farm is built by the second richest player in Theme Park Tycoon 2, and building money farms to these people is literally a sport in its own way. These people try to build the most efficient and best farms to make them the most money. I highly recommend you watch this video to the very end if you're a new or old player to the game, as this video will teach you the ins and outs of how to build the most efficient money farm. Let's just get straight into it. Before we even get started, we need to understand how guests work inside of Theme Park Tycoon 2, as this is pretty much the fundamental basis of how to generate money within the game. Guests are NPCs, and they are constantly looking around for different things. This includes trash, rides, seating, and food. Now, what a lot of people fail to do, including me before I even met these people, is they spread out what the things the guests want, meaning that guests are having to travel pretty far to go from point A to point B, and they're not spending any money doing that. Today, what we're going to be doing is making the most money as possible by making everything super compact near each other, meaning that the guests will spend less time traveling from point A to point B, and they'll be spending as much money as they possibly can. So on a very basic level, this is how this farm works. Now guys, I highly recommend you own the Game Pass for Disable Collisions. Disable Collisions will double how much this farm makes. It's so that we can get as many decorations into each ride as possible, making the excitement rating going through the roof. And it is the best Game Pass. It literally makes it so things on your screen right now are possible. Anyway, enough explanation. We're gonna get straight to the money farm. Hey guys, we are on a completely fresh plot. As you guys can see, there is nothing on here. Well, actually, there will be. Let me just delete all this. I recommend you guys do that too. If you're following along with my tutorial, get rid of all that. Now, we have right now only 11,000. We will probably need about 200k to actually build this farm. So let's start with the little mini farm. These farms are super easy to build. So we're just gonna kind of build something like this. And we're gonna make super compact roller coasters. So we're just gonna build something like this. And then you're gonna want to put stalls right in between. Actually, there's an easier way to do this. Build a chain lift and then like that. This should work. Look at it. It's coming back! No, just like that. So we're gonna keep building rides until I'm out of cash. Okay, I have officially ran out of money. Like, I actually can't even put the entrances to these rides. So we're just gonna start opening stuff. Open this one. Open that one. There's no exit because I do not have enough for path. You guys, this is the hardest part of Theme Park Tycoon 2. It's doing this. Okay, we got a few rides open now, and we should start generating some cash. We definitely want to get some stalls up. Apparently, the old stalls actually give you more money. So use these stalls. Don't use any of the new ones. Also, these guests need to sit, so we're just gonna spam down some seats. We're gonna get soft drinks. We're gonna do fries, another slushie. This farm doesn't matter at all. This is not the main farm. We're just building some rides and stuff so we have enough money to build the actual farm. And how could we forget the restroom? Now that we have this side done, we're gonna start building some roller coasters over here. So just like that. Oh wait, this coaster ain't long enough. Okay, we'll do another junior coaster. Entrance, exit, boom. Entrance, exit, boom. And now let's get these bad boys open, along with putting some stalls right here. We already have 77 guests. It's super easy to build these guys. All right, so now is a good time to go through. So you see all these people, they're giving near complaints. So they need to dispose trash. Place down some more trash cans. We're gonna get more into the actual nitty-gritty details later, but this doesn't matter. This is a basic farm we're gonna be getting rid of entirely. Like, this farm does not matter. It's only here to generate us the few 100,000 cash. As you guys can see, we're already at 107 guests. I would recommend going out this way and building another version of this if you want to go the extra mile. But literally, I already have 1,000 cash. I'm generating over 1,000 cash every minute, so it shouldn't take me more than an hour or two of just farming to actually get the money for this major farm. But one thing you could do to up how much this farm will make is make the price more on entry. When guests stop coming in, lower the price. Then you could do the same to these drinks, so you can make the drink stalls more expensive and all of that. And the same with the rides as well. When you see guests stop riding the rides because they say it's too expensive, you'll see it here. You can go ahead and change those values. But yeah, so that's pretty much how you make a basic farm in Theme Park Tycoon 2. But now we are gonna get to the actual farm now. Okay, so first things first, delete your old farm. We do not need any of this. I'm just removing all of it. Look at all of these guests. Oh my god, they're all trapped. Oh wow, they are actually all trapped. Look at them. Oh my god, there's like 100 guests in one spot. That's kind of funny. Okay, so here we are with about 100k cash, but I'm probably gonna need to get more. Anyway, though, what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna start digging down right here. Okay, so very first thing we're gonna want to do, we're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna pretty much want to go 11. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we're gonna go ahead and do that one more up, so something like this. Okay, perfect. This is what we're looking for. Now, what we're gonna want to do now is we're gonna want to lower this thing right here, as you can see, down to 8 meters. So it should be right here, as you can see, 8 meters. We don't want this to go all the way down to the very bottom. As I mentioned, efficiency is key with this farm working. That is like the major thing about this money farm. We are wanting guests to not walk that much. They need to be next to everything that will provide them with happiness and give them money. So yeah, we're gonna want to go about this deep right here. So we're gonna build all the way down. Okay, so you should be left with a pit something like this. Okay, now the very next thing we're gonna want to do is come here, and we are going to place, we gotta also make sure your park is closed when you do this, because your guests are gonna get everywhere and they're gonna clog things up, and we don't want that just yet. Okay, so next thing you're gonna want to do is build a path sort of like this right underneath the entrance. There's actually a glitch that will occur if you do this. So one thing to note though about this money farm is when you want guests to walk around above, like in your actual park, you probably do not want to have your money farm on. But that's not an issue. You will generate enough money to suffice for a very long time, and you will be fine. You just need to run this literally like one night, and you'll have infinite cash. This should generate you multiple millions every single night. So now what you should do is build a little thing out one like this, and build it all along to either wall, so it should go all the way out. So now you should be left with something looking sort of like this. Next thing you're gonna want to do is actually fill this wall up right here with different sorts of food stalls. Now make sure these food stalls are classic food stalls, the legacy food stalls. So ice cream, fries, slushy. Make sure you add the occasional restroom, so we're just gonna add a few of these. I don't know how many we need, but we'll just do this many. This should be fine. So popcorn, burger, all that. Now come over to your other stalls. Place your pirate hat. This dude. Do not place any of the new stalls. Okay, so quick little side note. You actually want to add 2 balloon stalls, like just somewhere randomly. And then also with these stalls here, the merchandise, you only want 1 across this whole thing. Okay, sorry about that. A little confusing. All right, so after that, we need to do a few changes. Fruit stall needs to be worth 4. Now you want to go over to one of your slushy ones. Set this to 10. Then your restroom, you want to be 6. And then your soda one, you want 9. That's just to get started for now, but we're going to do a lot more later when it comes to fine-tuning it. All right, the very next thing you want to do is go all the way down this with trash cans. I know, this sounds and looks crazy. Look at this. We're going all the way down here with trash cans. Oh my goodness. Okay, now after you're done with your trash cans, you're going to want to go over to your seats, and you're going to want to get one of these and just all the way down, just like this. All right, perfect. All right, so the next thing we're going to want to do is go all the way from the very last stall all the way over here, and we're going to want to go 5 up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we're gonna want to go 6 this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're gonna come back down 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom! Should look something like that. All right, so now what we're gonna want to do is go 1 down from here. So somewhere over here. And then we're gonna want to make that all the way 6 over. And then you're gonna want to connect this path up all the way back here. And you should be left with something like this. All right, so repeat that twice. So you should have 1 big box and 3 small boxes. Now we're gonna get even more of our stalls over here. So let's just do-dee-da all of these. Make sure you place a few restrooms as well. As mentioned at the start of this video, I know this looks really unconventional, but the whole idea of this is efficiency. We want our guests to be doing as many things as possible, and we want them to be walking around as little as possible, so that they spend more money. Alright, so we're gonna start with our special rides first. Alright, so go ahead and start by placing your new junior coaster down. It should be on the edge like this. Now get your chain lift, go up one, and then go back, sort of like what we did at the start of the video. Then we're gonna drop our entrance here and our exit here. Now get a queue path, put it here, and boom. This is gonna be how we build the rides for this entire farm. Something similar to this, but this one's gonna be a little bit more because it actually has to use 2 stations just for one train, but yeah, this one is though just a little bit higher because it has to have 2 stations for one train, but the same logic will apply for all the other ones. All right, the next ride we want to place down is a corkscrew coaster, station, all that. 2 rides down. Next one you'll want to do is a new multi-launch, entrance, exit, queue, boom. Then you're gonna want the launch spinning coaster, entrance, exit, boom. Now our motorcycle, entrance, exit, queue, boom. Okay, so you should have 5 rides lined up right here, and they should all be on the one that goes out just 1 block further. But now we're gonna work on the rest of these. So grab your old junior coaster, which you can actually still access if you go to your settings. You just need to have this on here, show legacy content and build menu. All right, so let's place our chain lift, entrance, exit, queue, boom. Now we're gonna go ahead and go to our wild mouse, just like that, entrance, exit, boom. Then we're going to go to a steel coaster, entrance, exit, boom. Now we're going to go the steeplechase and then the new inverted. So now we want the old inverted and then the old multi-line. Now we want the old spinning coaster, the vertical launch coaster, then the phased turbine coaster. Now for this little section, we're going to want the flying coaster, the inverted launch coaster, the mine train, the floorless. By the way, this is a legacy floorless. And then finally the single rail. All right, so we can open all of these up. Oh, and something I failed to mention, make sure all of these stalls as well are updated, so you just want to go back to these stalls, the ones that are actually set to the pricing like this, set all price. Just go through all the stalls, make sure all the prices are the exact same. But you should have something looking sort of like this. By the way, guys, before we continue on with today's tutorial, 95% of the people that watch this channel right here aren't actually subscribed. So if you were anyone new to my channel and love learning things like this, or like anyone like Theme Park Tycoon 2, you will love my channel. So make sure you subscribe down below. And anyway, let's continue on. All right, the very next thing we're gonna want to do is put one-ways all around here. These are gonna block guests from accessing areas that they really shouldn't be, and it's gonna stop guests from just wandering around. See, guests will now only be forced to go down this path here and spend their money. All right, and now we're gonna want to go all the way down here with one-ways on the other side, and this will now force guests, if they want to go out, they'll go out here and then they'll be trapped along here. Efficiency, boys, efficiency. Now what we're gonna want to do is the exact same thing we did on the other side. So just spam you down some seats just like this. So trash cans now. Okay, so this costs about 100K. I really didn't even realize that. But we can actually go ahead and open the park up now so we can generate some money on the side. We're gonna want to keep it low just for now so we can get a ton of guests in. We can raise it once we get more guests in the park. So I made it 18 bucks. And also we don't want guests walking around this way, so make sure you have a do not enter thing on this side. And it looks like we're already generating some money. All right, so the very next coaster we're gonna want to place is a wing coaster, but this one is going to be kind of different. Now this wing coaster is going to cover up one of the paths, as you can see right here, but we're going to build an entrance here, exit here, just like that. Entrance here, pathway here, and then we're gonna open up that bad boy. You also want to put a one-way right here. Oh, I just killed someone. Yeah, make sure you actually make the ride before oh, I'm so dumb. Okay, we're good now. Next coaster we're gonna place is the Beyond Vertical Drop, the Hyper Coaster. But the thing with the Hyper Coaster is we actually gotta extend this one a little bit out. Now we're gonna go with the Suspended Swingy Coaster. Now the Inverted Coaster, but with 4 trains. Now we're gonna want to place the Stand-Up Coaster. Then the Floorless Coaster. Now we want the Flying Coaster. Then the Water Coaster. By the way, make sure you're placing one-ways on all of these. The one-way should be facing the shop, so like that the guests can't actually enter in unless they want to ride the ride. All right, so what you're gonna want to do, place the hydraulic coaster up one, boom, entrance here, and then the exit is gonna be right here. Now we're gonna want to place a path underneath the wing coaster. This farm is so compact, it's crazy. Now we'll get this one opened. Now guys, we haven't even finished the tutorial and we have almost 200 guests in our park. So we're gonna do the old dive coaster. Entrance, exit. Now grab your old hydraulic launch coaster. We're gonna place it right here. Entrance, exit. Now we're gonna grab our wooden coaster. Entrance, exit. And now the hybrid coaster, and then the 4D coaster. This one takes actually 3 bases though, so actually I don't even know if this will work. Let me test it. It should. Okay, also there are 3 extra spaces. I'm just gonna get rid of them. But now here's for the most important part. It is getting these rides excitement ratings up. Now you might be wondering, how do you do that, Maliboomer? Well, we're going to be placing a ton of theming. That is going to get our park to 5 stars. We're already at 4 stars, but it will be at 5 once we do this. All right, so head back all the way down to the end of the park. And by the way, you guys can look at my screen right now if you need to verify, just to make sure everything is looking correct. You know, I'll do a 360 pan just so you can get a bird's eye view of all this. All right, so we're going to want to start with the theming. So we're going to go ahead and place these down. And then once we get here, we do not want to cover this pathway right here. Guests will not be able to walk through. But it should be good, you know, all gamer family fun. And now we're going to want to go all the way over to here, just like that. So this should look like this. It should go all the way to the pizza stall and then all the way back down to here. And we are going to replicate that on this path now. And now this one. And now this one. Okay, we have this first row done. Now we're going to start on this next row. It's the same exact deal. So we're just going to go to here. And then this one. This one. This one. Just go all the way down. All right, so once you get here, you don't have to include any of the gaps now. So it's literally 10 times easier. So like this. Like this, like this. Okay, for the 4D coaster, once you get here, you want to extend it out just a little bit extra because this coaster is a little bit farther out. Other than that, though, we have pretty much covered this all in grass fences. And as you can see, our park is at 4.5 stars. Now this last little thing we're gonna do is gonna get us over. So grab yourself some trees like this. We're gonna flip them over. Okay, I screwed something up here and I just want to mention it real quick. So what you want to go ahead and do is make sure the first station is overlapping on like the stump. I'll have it on screen right now. Make sure it's aligned like this. Alright, on with the video. Now make sure these trees are enlarged to the map. Now we're going to place them all along here. To speed this up, what we're going to do is actually go down here. And we're going to put custom snapping to actually 2. So literally we can just go like this all the way down. And we just hit 5 stars, but we're going to keep going down. Oh god, we ran out of money. Money isn't that big of a deal though. Look at how quickly we're generating cash. The last step, though, we are going to generate absolute bang. Now, I haven't put them on all the rides, but you want to make sure they are on all of the different rides. But now, for this final step, we're going to want to do something pretty good. Now, we're going to go through and update all of the different rides now. Junior Coaster, we want to set this to 19. Corkscrew Coaster, set that to 35. Make the multi-launch coaster 32. Launch Spinning Coaster, you want that to be 31, so just keep that same price. Motorcycle, set that to 40. For the Junior Coaster, we're going to want to set this to 19. For the Wild Mouse, we're going to want to set this to 20. For the Steel Coaster, we're going to want to set this to 35. For the Steeplechase, we're going to want to set this to 20. For the Inverted Coaster, set that to 37. Alright, we are already generating way more money. Now, for the Old Inverted Coaster, set that to 37. For the Multi-Launch Old one, make sure that's 32. For the Spinning Coaster, that's 20. And by the way, guys, I'm going in order for like what each one of these is worth. So if your coaster is not in that lineup, like if this is like a spinning coaster or something else, you did something wrong. So vertical launch coaster is 31. Phase turbine coaster is 24. Flying coaster is 38. Inverted launch coaster 37. Mine train, that's going to be 29. Floorless, set this one to 42. Single rail coaster, set that to 44. Okay, so the wing coaster, we're going to want this to be 43. Beyond vertical drop coaster, we want this to be 45. This is where we make our real money. Hyper coaster, that's going to be 43. Suspended coaster, that's going to be 43. It's a suspended swingy coaster. Now the inverted coaster, we're going to want that to be 43 as well. Stand-up coaster, that's going to be 43. Floorless, that's also going to be 43. Flying coaster, 43. Water coaster is actually going to be 46. Okay, so the dive coaster is going to be 42. The new hydraulics is going to be 31. The old dive coaster is going to be 42. The old hydraulics is going to be 32. The wooden coaster is going to be 30, so don't change that. Hybrid coaster is going to be 31, and the 4D coaster is going to be 43. So our final thing though is our price of admission. Let's see what it is. $80 a person. Oh my gosh, this is some Disneyland pricing. At least Disneyland doesn't make you pay to use the restroom. I do though, of course. Now guys, we have over 170 guests. We actually got over to 200 guests while recording this. And yeah. Okay, so for this, by the way, the hypercoaster, you want to put some extra ones on it just so it covers the track. But guys, I think that's gonna wrap up today's tutorial. There's still a few things I gotta fix here and there, but that's pretty much how to build a 5-star money park that's gonna make you around $7 million a day. Thank you to Odantas for showing me how to do this. They are the second richest theme park Tycoon 2 player known currently, and I have some of their socials linked down below, like their Discord server, and they have like some group chats and stuff of Theme Park Tycoon. They have loads of interesting tutorials on their Discord, so go over there if you're interested. Anyway though, gamers, I'm gonna end today's video here. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye guys!